Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gift of Gaming podcast. If you're here, we've got another fun-filled episode of the podcast for you. What's on it? We don't know yet. We'll all find out together.
Freestyle.
All right, it's me, your host, Darren Wade, and today I'm joined by my own blood and brother, Andrew Wade, and of course, the console-hating, PC-playing, lore-seeking, retro raven, full-time Canadian himself, Chris Robbins. Yeah. It was retro something. What was the retro?
Retro repping or something.
Retro repping is, yeah. Damn, okay. I need to get better at that. But, gentlemen, how are you guys?
Good. Hot.
Yeah, it's a hot day today. Chris, how are you? You
A
also
little warm, a little tired, but yeah, you know, I'm doing all right.
Yeah. We don't have a topic for this week's episode, but before we get into it, in the words of Professor Farnsworth, good news, everyone. The episodes are piece by piece getting uploaded to YouTube. That's right. We are now available on youtube.com/The Gift of Gaming.
All right,
podcast.
where's the hidden camera?
No, it's not in here. It's just audio. But it was interesting when I was like listening about stuff about podcasts, things like that, and in terms of a couple of people that I passed by here, like in the meeting rooms that I was chatting to, when they asked, what's the name of the podcast? I would say The Gift of Gaming, and the first thing that they did was they went to YouTube to type it in, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's where some people actually listen to some of their audio stuff, I guess, maybe.
Fair enough. Yeah, I would typically think of that for like vodcasts or vidcasts or
vidcasts. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have an interesting video to put with it. It's just our voices on a.
Oh God, I don't want to put this mug out there.
Chris, you
I don't want people to recognize me. All the stupid shit I've gotten wrong on this podcast. Are you kidding me?
We've all gotten wrong.
Yeah.
We've all gotten wrong. So check out the youtube.com/The Gift of Gaming. There is about 18 episodes up there at the minute. It is a painful process trying to upload, over 100 episodes onto YouTube. But we'll get there. So if you want to relive the old days when things weren't good on this podcast, I say that as if things are good now.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Another few years.
So check that out and leave comments if you like the videos. If you don't like the videos, don't leave comments because my little heart can't take that. I wouldn't want that.
He stays up all night hitting refresh on the comment section.
Yeah, I've become YouTube obsessed with this. Gemma, what are you guys playing at the minute?
Chris.
I am playing Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Dude, did you get a Switch 2 in Donkey Kong?
Yes, I did.
Welcome to the club.
It was funny, though. I almost didn't because I was in, not Curry's. What's the big video or just toy store here? Smith's Toys, yeah. I was in line waiting for the to get to the front because you can't grab a Switch 2. You have to order it from the counter. But I get there and I look to my right, and then there's this old fucking kind of rundown, covered in dust arcade cabinet. And on it had a price tag for $200, and under that it said $220 off. I was like, oh, how do I get that home?
Yeah. What was it like a mix of arcade games? Or was
it was just a cabinet with only the hardware, so you'd have to install. It's powered by Raspberry Pi, which I have tons of experience with, so it'd be easy to upload.
Man, Chris, why didn't you get that? Why didn't you get that?
I didn't know how to get it home.
I believe my comment to the thing was, you should just grab it. Just grab it.
Figure out the
buy it first.
Actually, it was funny too because my girlfriend was picking me up. But, I mean, she was coming with a dog. She has a tiny car.
I would love if, she was like, I'll pick you up and hope you enjoy getting your Switch 2, and you come, wheeling out this massive arcade cabinet.
That's
change of plans. Get a truck. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a funny story about the Switch 2. But, no, I ended up, in the end, with the Switch 2, the Mario Kart World Edition, and started playing that a bit, and then caved and bought Donkey Kong.
What is your impression of Donkey Kong? Because I've heard nothing but good things.
It is really good. It's a little on the kiddie side, I think. It seems a bit easy.
Okay.
And it's you know how I have open world fatigue, and I shouldn't call this an open world game, but it's kind of like open sandbox type. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to do and 100 million ways to do it, and I just kind of get overwhelmed by that. But so far, a little on the easy side. I'm starting to think it might be a little on the short side for people who just grind the main game, whereas I'm collecting everything, right?
You're a collector like myself.
Yeah. So, but it's good, and it's funny. Before I picked that up, I had actually subscribed to NSO, Nintendo Script Online, with the expansion pack. First time I've done that.
Nice, yeah.
And I was playing I was on my way to 100% Mario 64. So jumping from Mario 64 to Donkey Kong was a cool transition.
Nice.
Because it's essentially the same game, just
new skin.
Polished over the years. It was a cool little transition.
Lots of the conversation is around Donkey Kong Bonanza being up there as a Game of the Year nominee for 2025.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't. Well, I mean, in fairness, it's the only candidate I've played so far, unless maybe Night Rain makes the list, which I don't think it deserves. But those are the only two new games I've played this year. And based on everything I've heard, nothing comes even fucking close to Clair Obscur. So... I mean,
I hope so.
Well, there's one in there, but we're just hoping that.
Yeah. Without playing the game at all, I mean, that's still where my money is.
I mean, it's where I want the winner to be. As I said multiple times, Craig's played Death Stranding 2 and said that it's a really, really fun game. He's finished it now, and I think he's kind of done just about everything he can. But he thinks it's a real winner, and he's going to get on to Donkey Kong because his whole thing is that he wants just to be able to talk properly on it when we get around to the Game of the Year nominees later on in the year in the next couple of months. He wants to have been able to have played a couple of the nominees this year, because I think in previous years gone by he might have only done one or two or none. So he's keen to kind of get into that. So I'm interested to see what he thinks of Donkey Kong Bonanza. But enjoying it.
I don't think he'll like it.
You don't think he'll like it?
No, I don't think he'll like it.
Yeah, he can be quite critical, that guy.
And also he just doesn't like platformers.
That's a good point.
That's all this game is.
But true that. But he also never liked roguelike until he played a good roguelike in the version of Hades, and now he's waxes lyrical about that game. So I think he's one of those people who's you got to keep saying to him, "Don't knock it till you try it" type thing. So maybe he will. Maybe he will enjoy it. We'll wait and see. What about you, Andrew? Actually, sorry. Before I get there, Switch 2, Chris. Overall, enjoying?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Obviously, it still kind of lacks a lot of
new stuff.
Yeah, new stuff. But I mean, I did forget, because the Switch 2 was really good for pick up and play, but Switch 1 was. Switch 2 is amazing. You go from sleep, and the moment you wake it up, you're just back in the game. It's I know a lot of consoles do that, and PC, Steam Deck, they all can do that, but nothing comes close to how fast it is on the Switch 2. The transition is just amazing from pick up and play.
Yeah, no, I'll agree on that. I'm really enjoying it at the minute. It's kind of, I've only been playing the PlayStation to play Helldivers, but all my other gaming is on the Switch 2 at the minute, because I'm really enjoying that, just to pick up and play. Because I'm a handheld guy for if I'm playing Breath of the Wild, it's docked, but for everything else, I'm handheld on that. And
I jump back and forth. Sometimes I just be like, I could just play in bed right now.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
So nice. Sandra, what about you? What are you playing these days?
Playing a couple of things at the moment. One of the great ones, though, is a game that I used to play years ago. It was out on PS4 called DayZ.
Oh, that was free this month on PlayStation.
I started myself.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else. I thought it was just free, but continue.
It's free now at the moment. No, because I started playing it about 2.5 months ago with some lads from work. Basically, it's a survival, not kind of crafting, but it's mostly a survival horror kind of game. Zombies, where you're surviving against zombies, but also against other players.
Which is mostly what the content I've seen is. Most people play it for that.
The only PvP. Problem with it is the players in DayZ tend to be horrible people.
Do you mean in terms of quite toxic?
Yeah, a bit of both. Yeah, but it's my favorite memory from that game when I first started playing it. I'd only been playing it about a week, and I'm still trying to get to grips with how the game worked. And there's an emote wheel and all this kind of stuff. And on the emote wheel, it has suicide and surrender and all this kind of stuff. I was well, this is grim.
Yeah.
I was playing it, and I came across two American lads who are just saying, "That's great. Yeah, how are you getting on? Yeah, we're going to need all your stuff." Because when you spawn in with a fruit, a drink, and a bandage.
Well, the one thing I will say, at first they sound like they're politely mugging you.
I'm getting mugged and it's polite kind of thing. Yeah. So they're going to need all my stuff. It's okay, around you. So I asked them how do I drop my stuff? I'm here 10 minutes. I've just gotten off the beach. So here's my stuff. Grand. Can I go now? Oh no, we're going to have to kill you. You've seen our faces. It's like, what? It's like, if you can explain how it's going to your thing, and it's one of the things is kneel. I was thinking, okay, grand. And then they handed me an item. It's like, you're going to need to drink this. And I checked, this is bleach. It's like, yeah, we're going to need you to drink that. It's like, why? Just drink it. And it's like, okay, so I drank it. And then your screen starts going fucking crazy because you drank it. And they handcuffed me to a post and walked off and left me there to die after drinking bleach. So I've had to sit there, and rather than just kill yourself, this takes forever to kill your character. Yeah. It's like, oh, you absolute. But it's...
So, like, in terms of when I think of toxic, my version of toxic gameplays was the guys always harped on, was like, Darren, you need to get into League of Legends. You should try and play League of Legends. And I was like, okay. I'm going to try and practice a little bit before I hop on.
There's never a game to play.
It was the worst. So I didn't have myself mic'd into it at all. I was like, I'm just going to learn as best I can. And, all this stuff, like the chat was going wild. I can't remember which hero I was playing, but they were like commenting on my hero and were like, fucking pick your lane. And I was like, I didn't understand the jargon. I didn't understand any of that. But basically at the end of that match, I think it opens up to both sides being able to chat to each other when a match finishes. The opposition were standing ovationing me for my terrible performance. And I was getting absolutely shat on by my team for such. And it wasn't like, it was this thing where you can try and you do your best to explain, like, I'm a noob. Like,
yeah, doesn't matter.
Like, I'm a new player. It's not that I'm a shit player. I'm brand new. So, like, it's going to take a bit of time. But it's this thing of, like, in a game like that where everyone just wants to be a professional League of Legends player, there's no room for that at all. And I remember the guys hopped on to do a few rounds with me, and the party was mostly me and friends. Did that for a little while, and they kind of got bored of, what's that thing where you change your profile to be a lower level? There's a phrase you like.
Smurfing?
Smurfing, that's the one.
Okay, so that's not changing your profile. That's starting a new profile.
So sorry, they all started a new profile so they could help me, but then they got bored of smurfing for a while because it was early, really early games. It wasn't really competitive for them. So they're like, oh, we're going to leave you for a little while, man. Like, get used to it. We'll throw on a few games and stuff like that. So they left me for a little while. I played 2 or 3 more games. Got absolutely destroyed by commentary on both the opposition and my own team. And after that, I could never go back. But it was so horrible what people were saying. I was like, guys, I'm just trying to play a fucking video game.
Well, the other problem with that is it's also a lot of kids, and they're always the mouthiest.
That is the thing, and like that's the thing with Days as well. And you can tell because the way it works is everyone's on mic, but it's like
when they're
proximity
chat.
So, but a lot of the people you play with, they sound like they're 12 or 14. But it's huge amounts of racism, homophobia, sexism, and it's like these are people who, shouldn't know these topics, but are clearly well more versed than I am. Really.
It's the problem. It's like certain games, like Call of Duty, is a bit like that as well. I remember sometimes when you're playing on a team with Call of Duty, people ragging.
Well, this is, and the gas thing is as well. It's like the premise of the game is you start on the beach with nothing, and then you've got to make your way inland where the better loot is. So the further inland you go, the more better loot you get. But on every official server that you play on, as soon as you log in, so the beach has, say, 50 different spawn points. But some of them are more prevalent than others because the way it works is you spawn all the way here and then you work all your way back. So the middle one will always have more spawns than everywhere else. And you can be guaranteed there will be guys in full ghillie gear with sniper rifles, fully decked out, sitting in a tower somewhere, half a mile away, pointed at that spot. Second you spawn in, bullet to the brain.
But to me, so I can understand the frustration of that, but to me that's a game design problem. I wouldn't blame that necessarily on the players, but more so on the...
No, that's the thing, but it's a case of like the players, like it's the case of you kill someone to get their loot.
Yeah.
But the people who just kill people just for no... I've got everything I need. I'm just going to kill new people for...
Well, what did you say? You started off your fruit and your bandage? That could be valuable to some people, Andrew.
Oh, no, it's life-saving. There
you go, yeah.
But that's saying, like, at the point I'm in it now, I run my own server because one of the lads got fed up with said griefing and stuff and things. So there's just 5 or 6 of us on our own server. But it's so hard to find decent loot. So at the moment, there's 4 of us hiding out in a little house in the back. It's a little cul-de-sac of the little town kind of thing. We've kind of cleared out most of the zombies. But like that, between us, we have maybe an axe, a gun with 2 bullets, some fruit we found in an orchard that's kind of started to rot, and 2 bottles of water that we're not entirely sure is water. Between 4 of us. And it's great because it's just you're going out in little search parties into the town to try and find supplies and stuff because we have to get out of the town. We have to go into the mountains at some stage. Because all the supplies will eventually run out. But as it is, like an axe and a pistol with 2 bullets is going to do jack shit all.
Did Daisy do well?
Well, that's the thing. Daisy has always been around and doing pretty well. But since the game came out for free, they've had to add 300 new servers to the game for the sheer influx of players that started playing it.
Yeah.
There's a huge influx of players.
There's also a lot of I think there's a lot of servers that don't even have zombies and stuff. Like some
you can. That's the thing. You can customize servers. So with the main servers, with the actual official servers, the zombies are on standard. Like they're all around the place kind of thing. But the supplies are so so limited. So for the most part, like, new players will generally just starve or suffer from dehydration or cut themselves on a stick and bleed out before they ever see anything. So a lot of the custom servers now and the community servers have changed those. So you can get entire servers where the only danger is other players. There are no zombies, which is weird.
So I was just looking at this. There's reviews. This game did not review well.
No, it did not at all. It's very buggy.
A 31 out of 100 on Metacritic. But lots of the negative reviews are from 2019, I think, when it came out, and it was a catastrophic failure in terms of actually being able to play the game on the network. It looks like it was really bad. There's a couple of I love this review from a player in March of this year. It gave a 10 out of 10. All the bad reviews are from people who were ass at the game. That's all they said.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. No, I mean, it was historically had a great glitch in it as well. So the idea is you can fix cars that you come across, but you need to scavenge other parts from other cars, and away you go, kind of thing. So you'd spend forever trying to build up a car in the game, and you'd eventually get into it, and the second you put your foot down, the car launches itself into the stratosphere and insta-kill everyone inside it and spread their loot over 20 kilometers worth of thing because it does a little spin.
Yeah.
So it's a case, it was nearly a meme at this page of the spinning DayZ cars that just like launches itself up into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
So it
I like
performance issues and things, but it's a fun game because it's very...
But is it working now?
It's working, well, I mean... I've been playing it now for 2.5 months, and the only glitch I've come across is I kind of half fell into a well, but you can kind of just move yourself back out of it. It's a lot more, what's the word, stable than it ever has been before.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
The problem with those games is oh god, there's so many out there, and they're just none of them are complete. They're all in early access, and they're all just like they go through these phases where it's kind of stable. Then a huge patch will release, and then just
it'll bugger up everything on the
Such a pity.
Like Rust has been just in development for like 8 years or something.
It was the same with Ark. Ark was in pre-alpha and pre-betas and everything
and they fucked things up with Ark 2. The Isle is like the Isle's one.
The Isle's falling apart. Something fierce now. Jesus.
Yeah. I myself have been. I've got a couple of games on the go at the minute. The one that I'm currently hooked on though is Final Fantasy IX.
I've seen you been playing that.
Yeah.
Is this a remaster, or is this just the original?
I know it's like it's HD. I guess I wouldn't say it's a full remaster, but it's HD. Like the character sprites and stuff like that look really clean. But the game is essentially then still the exact same apart from that.
Does it run at like 15 frames a second in the fights and shit?
Kind of, yeah. And you can speed it up though. There is a plus speed thing. But I've been really, really enjoying it. So like I've kind of been on like a playthrough the Final Fantasy buzz. I played through Final Fantasy 1, 8, 2, and now 9.
That's a random selection to go for.
Yeah, but I should have gotten, in fairness, I should have just gotten the bundle when it was on sale, but there's that great pixel remaster selection of Final Fantasies 1 through 6.
Pixel remaster is really good.
Yeah, and I should have gotten the bundle where you get all 6 of them, but I've been buying them individually, like I'll buy it and play it type thing. Yeah. But it's been grand. So I did 1 and 2. I really enjoy Final Fantasy 2. I'm a big fan of that.
Shocking.
Why?
It's regarded as one of the worst.
I hope I'm thinking of the right one. This is the one with the
That's
wild
the one
roses.
where you don't level up. Like, the only way to level up his health is to get hit.
Oh my god, then maybe it's not 2 that I played. What's the one with the wild roses? And your party's massive. You've got a huge party in it as well. It's not 4.
That sounds like 2. Like,
yeah.
With Furion?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't level up in that game. You the only way to like increase your health is to take damage and shit. Like,
Jesus, okay, and no. Well, I really enjoyed.
I think maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Because that'd be a weird take for them to go from 1, which was the standard leveling up thing, to 2. But I maybe need to, because in fairness, the last full version of 2 I played was the DS. The Nintendo DS had loads of updated versions that were weird sprites. Like the cutesy sprites, which I really don't like that art style. But like they did 2, 3, 4 in that style. I think I don't think they did 5 or anything, but they did 2, 3, and 4 in that style. And I think that was the last time I played through 2 kind of, I suppose, fully. But I've really enjoyed them. But Final Fantasy IX is great. I'm like big into the characters.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it sounds like things were actually changed in the Pixel remaster.
In terms of leveling up is brought back.
Yeah, apparently maybe it was just a lot worse in the original release.
Because in the DS version, there was definitely a normal leveling up system. There was none, like it just ran like a normal JRPG as far as I remember. But that's been great. 9's been great. Like 9 had Vivi was, you remember this from when I was younger. Vivi as the Black Mage of Final Fantasy IX was one of my favorite characters, and I remember really enjoying his story, but having forgotten most of it. And I'm kind of back into it now and geared up, and I'm like, man, Vivi has one of the better.
Isn't he fighting like another version of himself on the?
He fights like a legion of versions of him.
No, but
isn't he like just a synthetic weapon?
He's a black mage. Yeah, the Black Waltzes. Yeah. So he's a prototype. So they have Alexandria has somehow created this army of like black mage dolls, and Vivi's begin to question like they look like me, but they're not talking to me. Like, am I like them? What's going on? And then there was 3 other, I suppose, prototypes or souped up versions that Zorn and Thorn created that were the Black Waltzes that you beat very early on in the game. But Vivi just straight off the bat. I forgot how early it happens, but Vivi straight off the bat begins to question his existence and what's it all for. And he doesn't necessarily, I won't go into full spoilers, but he doesn't necessarily have a happy ending throughout the whole story of the game. Like, it's left kind of, the ending's ambiguous, but if you pay attention, you know, like, oh, it wasn't a happy ending. Wasn't a happy ending for Vivi.
Would Vivi be your favorite character then?
He's up there with one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters of all time. If I had to pick them, Vivi.
I know, I was talking about 9.
Oh, and in 9 he's my favorite. Yeah, him and Steiner very, very close together.
Steiner's alright.
Steiner's great. Yeah.
Are you going to say something silly here, Chris?
Quina. I knew it.
Quina's for sure my favorite, man. I fuck with that whole vibe. Just like whole mission is just to eat stuff.
Yeah, that's just a fantastic character.
She's essentially the Blue Mage, though, right? Like,
it is, and it was a cool, like, because I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Blue Mages, even though they typically shit. But I liked their approach to her.
Just eating things to get
things to get their powers. Yeah. I thought,
because
that's Blue Mage. That's like enemy skill ones, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's the sad thing about Vivi's upbringing as well, because he has like an adopted father who's of the same species of Quina. So Vivi's like fished out of somewhere, I think. I haven't gotten to that stage, but I remember from original playing, he gets fished out by this Quina, species person. I can't remember the name, but the only reason they don't eat Vivi immediately is because they think Vivi's too small, and they wait for Vivi to grow bigger so they can eat them. But they're like, oh, well, you just leave then, you're not getting any bigger, I'm not going to eat you. But Vivi thinks it's this loving father figure. But the whole time they're just like, no, you were just too small to eat. So he's got like a real tragic story. But I love his Vivi and Steiner's relationship in the game is great. And I'm a big fan of I just love the whole opening to it, like this theater group, planning a kidnapping.
Yeah, it felt very D&D.
It did. It was. I feel like I'm living a weird D&D story. And
it was such a good game until space block and like aliens and just like, what the fuck?
The ending is happened.
It loses itself.
The only game that floored me as much to the point like I didn't even finish the game because I just couldn't stomach it anymore.
9.
Same thing happened with 8.
Oh yeah.
Once the orphanage shit, I was just like, "Fuck this! This is nonsense."
And they have they really struggled. Final Fantasies in general really struggle to finish strong. They always get like super weird at the end. 9 is no exception to that rule. But I'm just loving it. Like the 4 characters on the team at the same time. And I like the ability mode. It's no draw junction system. I'll tell you that much, Chris. But no, I'm loving it. Really good.
Incredibly better than.
The draw junction system.
God, that was so broken.
But playing that, I'm also dipping back into Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And this is all the Switch stuff. And then, of course, Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild. But, it's mostly Switch stuff.
Mario Kart's pretty fucking good.
It's great fun. Are you doing online at all, or are you just kind of completing
No, just me and my girlfriend playing. The one big disappointment, though, was Donkey Kong's not unlocked by default, which was shocking.
But you unlock him quite quick, though. He's like the first
you gotta beat the Mushroom Cup.
I mean, it's the first cup, Chris. Come on.
Not for me. I picked the Star Cup or something. I was reading the maps. I was like, I might know that one. And another thing I haven't done is apparently you're supposed to drive to other maps. Did they take that out of the game?
No.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
So are you doing... Because the Grand Prix... Yeah. The standard Grand Prix, you do 3 laps of the first track, and then the second track starts with the journey to that track, and you only do 1 lap on the actual track itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So those are you
I thought it was open world. You had to find...
No, you said there is... So you can... There's a free roam where you get to just drive across, because the whole map is interconnected. The whole map is available right there when you jump in. You can drive to any track.
So I have done those single tracks where you're driving down a mountain or something. There's no laps.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that is fun, but for us, when we play it, when we do a few rounds when we're with Craig and the lads, we'll do the VS races because we just never got to learn tracks because you're only doing 1 lap and then you're gone. So it's nice to actually do a couple of laps on a track and get to learn them a little bit. But playing that as well, and of course, Andrew, yourself, and myself, and the lads are big on Helldivers. Which is where I would have kind of come on to our first topic, because Chris, you certainly put me in my place on the chat earlier this week, and I was like, "This is not a
what a weird state." I had like 4 different messages typed out.
I'm so glad that
before I erased it.
I'm so glad that you replied first, because you put up that thing that he said.
Yeah.
And you. So I was there like going, hang on, because like, I mean, I've been trying to I can think of a dozen different games I've tried to get you to play. They're all PvE games. You guys must have seen
me typing for like 20 minutes, because I kept deleting the message. I was like, I'm misunderstanding.
I was on the laptop going, I don't know how to phrase this that won't come across as insulting.
So the statement I made was that I'm really struggling to find decent, or I don't think there is as many good PvE games as there used to be, because we've all gone super online, and any kind of online game tends to be competitively PvP.
And anyone who knows, it's pretty much the opposite, where we don't have any good PvP. Well, not good one, but enough good ones.
So this is like, so here's this is where we'll start the topic of the episode, because I wouldn't agree with your statement, and it based, I guess, off my time spent on PlayStation or Switch and the infrastructure and the games that I am leaning towards. I'm so tired of PvP, and I think there's a lot of good PvPs out there. I think they're the more talked about games, generally speaking. And after playing Helldivers, I got a real a desire to play more games like that. And you made a real good point when you first put the message, being like Monster Hunter, which is correct.
Monster Hunter, every open world survival thing.
But the problem I have with Monster Hunter is that Monster Hunter Wilds is just not a great game. So like in terms of 100% the Monster Hunter series,
you guys tried so hard to talk it up, but now you're admitting it was bad.
No, to be fair, I think the thing is, we played Monster Hunter World and fucking loved it, and the reason behind it was difficult. Like there was so many particular monsters in that game that you could not solo. You could eventually, but it took so much learning of all the moves and stuff. In Monster Hunter Wilds, thank you.
How forgettable it is for you, Andrew. Huh?
I know. I soloed every monster first time. There was no difficulty.
Yeah, that was kind of my issue with, despite it still probably being my favorite of the ones I've played. Rise was super easy. I beat the shit out. Once you got because I was doing Sword and Shield. Once I got the Nargacuga Sword and Shield, nothing stood a chance.
But that's the thing as well. So in World, I use Greatsword as my primary, or a hammer, but they required a lot of skill to use because they were slow, unwieldy, and the hammer didn't have a block. The Greatsword had a block, but it completely used up half your stamina bar to use it. But now the Greatsword,
you don't play those weapons for a block, though.
But that's the thing. But the Greatsword now, you can
big
block.
Weapon go bonk.
But now, the Greatsword, you can block and takes next to no stamina. But it also has a counter now, and if you can time that counter right, the hitbox for the counter isn't all that hard to hit.
It had that in World.
Not to this extent, and not with the Greatsword.
Wait, are you thinking Longsword or Greatsword? Longsword.
I've never played Longsword in my life.
Because Longsword was
Greatsword never had a counter. This thing is the monster.
Yeah, it was part of the. You could do it as part of the true charge / combo. You could do.
That's saying it's part of the combo. This is just you tap these 2 buttons at the right time. You counter whatever hits you, and it works every time.
Yeah,
and I've got to the point now where I can do a fight with the 2 new recent monsters came out. I carded once against one, and the other one I countered him almost every time he hit me. I don't think I ever used a health potion against him.
And don't get me wrong, so the recipe in Monster Hunter is still great for a good PvE, but the problem with the game, from my personal perspective, is that, and this isn't a brag, this is I've put a lot of hours into Monster Hunter, I'm too good at that game to enjoy Wilds the way I think newcomers will enjoy Wilds.
Yeah.
That I've stepped into that game with hundreds of hours of world behind me, and we still had some fun, but we were playing it as a group, and you'd whoop a thing in 7 minutes, and
I think it was the closest we ever came to being even remotely concerned is we fought 2 of those fire guys, the fire monkeys, in an enclosed space.
Oh yeah,
but even that, one cart,
one cart, yeah, one death, and that was it. And I think, Chris, what was probably maybe a better statement to make for me in the chat, to not get completely ridiculed by you, understandably and reasonably so, is that I think from a PvE perspective, playing Helldivers on because you get really good difficulty settings on that, I think I'm missing really difficult but enjoyable PvEs. I think the PvEs...
I think the problem with a lot of games is the option of difficulty settings. Like, I don't think a game should ever have a difficulty setting. I think the game itself should be balanced around.
I would disagree. I would disagree on that one for the sake of between like the likes of Helldivers and say Deep Rock Galactic as well, which is basically the exact same premise.
Deep Rock Galactic didn't have a difficulty setting though, did it?
It did.
I don't remember Deep Rock Galactic having a difficulty setting.
I think it might have had harder missions, but I don't think you could go.
So you could do the harder missions, which is basically what Helldivers as well. You are doing.
Well, no, but Helldivers would be different in terms of you can bump yourself.
Okay, when he says difficulty setting, I'm picturing something like you slide this up and the
everything's
enemies,
harder.
Everything's harder, or you slide this down, like your health gets buffed and like your damage gets buffed or something.
Yeah, it was never. Yeah, so it never had an effect on you or what you could do. It just meant it added more creatures into the map.
Helldivers.
Helldivers. Yeah.
Okay, so that. Oh, okay, all right.
It's not a case of you're.
That is different than what.
Yeah, it's not about. Like it's an increase in difficulty. As in, it makes what you're going up against harder, but it has no bearing. You are the same strength as you would be in level 1 difficulty.
Okay. So that's different than the difficulty setting.
It doesn't nerf you.
Yeah, it's not a standard like I'm going to go in now at half health and my weapons.
But even like buffing them, like if it increases the numbers or make it a harder map, like there's like obstacles on the map, and like if that's the difficulty, then
all it does is it increases the likelihood of coming across the bigger enemies, which have more armor. Yeah. But it doesn't. If you come across a Bile Titan, which is the big towering bug creature, that's the strongest one I have at the moment. If you fight that on difficulty 7 and difficulty 10, it takes the same amount of hits to take it down. The only difference is there might be 4 more behind you on difficulty 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It increases the spawn rates. It doesn't increase how hard it is to take them down.
And I think that's probably a better argument to make in that for me, there isn't enough PvE games that have a good balance of enjoyment and difficulty. Because I think when you do co-op PvEs...
Holy shit.
You have to remember though as well, like, I'd be the same as Darren, we don't play PC games and there's a lot more of them on PC. PlayStation doesn't necessarily have that.
You've got the bonus of, I guess, like the Steam
library. But I mean, you do have Deep Rock Galactic.
Which is a fine example.
But Deep Rock Galactic, and I guess it's whether or not the games speak to me. Deep Rock Galactic, I had fun, but the problem with that game was...
Night Rain is fucking amazing PvE, co-op PvE game.
So I'm gonna be so picky here. Okay, so
all you want is Helldivers clones.
Basically, yes.
Then my argument is why.
It's not necessarily. No, it's not necessarily. I want Helldivers.
Are they going to do better than Helldivers? Probably not.
No,
so why waste their time?
It's not Helldivers clones. So like the likes of Deep Rock Galactic, and this is what I mean. Deep Rock Galactic is the same premise-ish as Helldivers, but I found that the game just wasn't like. I mean, I played that with you for maybe 2 weeks, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this game in terms I think I've experienced all there is to do. Whereas Helldivers there's a much greater need on the higher difficulties for strategy. As much fun as it is, like you need to sit there as a team, you need to plan things. Deep Rock Galactic, I never really felt like it got to that stage. Even as you said, there's harder missions, but I always felt it was kind of you could go in and just do your own thing, and likely you'll be fine. Whereas
you played Space Marine 2, isn't that meant to have a very good PvE mode, operations or whatever?
So Space Marines 2, I'd be right up there and say that one was a very enjoyable one as well. Yeah.
See, your argument's still falling apart.
I know, right? I know.
Everything
I know.
But that seems
have you terrible choice to make.
Because I know I've mentioned it a few times, I think, on the podcast, and it's one of the games I'm currently playing at the moment as well. Did you ever play Generation Zero?
That's the free one, right?
DayZ is the free one at the moment. Generation Zero is the Sweden set in the 1980s. You're fighting like you come back from a school trip away and the entire island's taken over by machines.
Nope, I don't think I have any recollection of ever playing a game about that at all.
Genuinely think you'd appreciate that one.
Is that a PvE?
That's PvE. Yeah, it's up to 4 players working together to survive.
Yeah.
But it's not survival crafting anyway. It's like a first
person.
Guys,
maybe I've just been sitting on my arse and just not trying to get out.
That's what I think is the case.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but
because it's like
living in this fucking bubble.
I think for me, in terms of the things that are in vogue, or at least kind of in the atmosphere all the time, the games we're talking about, it's like the likes of Fortnite PvP, Call of Duty. All the battle royales, PvP, and they're kind of the big multiplayer games at the minute. Like in terms
There's
of
a new Dune one that's supposed to be fucking amazing. Although you also said no survival crap. because you just kept adding these stipulations to what a PvE
I needed,
game is.
Chris, I needed my argument to work, so I added as many stipulations as it took. But yeah, the survival
There must be 4 people, they must be fighting aliens, they must have guns, and they must have hell somewhere in their name.
Yeah.
But it was a case of like the survival style game doesn't appeal to me in the way that it used to. When I was younger, I really enjoyed those games in terms of survival craft, like Minecraft being a case. I played a bit of Ark with you back in the day, but they're not my kind of jam now, because I think those survival craft ones tend to mean like a bit more of a longer term commitment to playing them. I think I'm looking for a pick up and play.
It depends, especially if they're like procedurally generated. But something like The Forest, you play through that game once and you're like that. Because it is kind of a bit more story driven, so you play through that once, and I don't think it's procedurally generated. It's the same
No, it's
world
not.
all
It's
the time,
the same each time. Yeah,
so you could definitely play something like that with a few friends, have a great time, and then just be like, okay, I don't have to ever sink any more time into it.
And that is genuine game I think you would actually really enjoy as well, because while there is crafting to it, you can do the whole thing and not craft a damn thing.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I think it's just one of those, like, and we were talking about, because Kevin put us on to quite a funny Minecraft video, and you were talking about bringing up a Minecraft server, and it's one of those things where there's a part of me that would really love to go back and play Minecraft with a few mates.
I wish we could all get into Valheim. That would be fucking awesome.
We tried Valheim already, Chris, man. It looked... So the problem I have, and like, I know you're saying games aren't all about graphics or whatever else. Valheim looked like shit, man.
Valheim had a charm to it, man.
It had a very limited charm, but the game, and this is coming from a guy who tried his best. I had a laptop, like a very basic laptop. Valheim looks like shit, but I had to turn everything down for me to play Valheim, so the thing looked like really shit. And I think that's, again, you're in a infrastructure where good PC available to you. You get all these games, you can play them. There's a much greater offering for you in the realm of PvE.
Yeah.
And I think when I go to look at the PlayStation infrastructure, and I would assume maybe Xbox as well, but with the PlayStation infrastructure, that level of games isn't there. And if I wanted to get into it, I would need to invest money into it being a PC gamer.
I got another recommendation that I think we could give an honest to God shot at and a realistic review. Especially like sooner the better, because it might be gone forever. Palworld.
Do you know what? I've actually played a fair bit in the Palworld.
I want to play it, but every time I jump in, I was like, I want to play with people though.
I would happily jump on that. I really enjoyed playing that game. It was a lot of fun.
KP got into Palworld. Remember, he was my go-to guy to be like, how's life in Palworld? He got bet into Palworld for a while when it first came out, actually.
I won't lie, I was at a point, so the thing got me as well, like the pals can get depressed if they're left in bad conditions or if they're in cramped conditions.
Yeah, it's Tamagotchi, man.
Yeah, and I remember like I was playing it and I hadn't really figured out how to set them up properly, but I had them working in a case where there was one bunch of them mining this rock here to bring it over to this section here where they were turning it into weapons and stuff for me that I was then arming said pals with, but they were all depressed as fuck. Well, I mean, and they're looking at going, what have I done?
Forced labor, all right. But like, what's the end game for Palworld? So like Minecraft is this game that you could play forever, but there is a way to get a credit roll on Minecraft. How the fuck do you get a credit roll in Palworld? Like, I don't
know. I haven't actually looked into it because I kind of wanted to keep everything fresh when I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, play it.
As I say, with that, I once jumped on to see how you were supposed to not get them depressed, and like, oh my god, you can treat them well. You can give them beds. They can sleep. Shit.
Imagine the Pokemon competitor having yet more or better mechanics than Pokemon. Like,
yeah, crazy.
It's insane.
So speaking of which, you say play it while we still have the chance. Do you reckon it's going to get stricken off?
Nintendo ain't giving up, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a news article there from, I believe it was Eurogamer, who said that Palworld is coming to the Switch.
Palworld is also...
I saw Switch 2. Palworld is coming to the Switch 2. Now, unless I'm very much mistaken...
I thought Palworld was moving in the direction of Sony exclusive because Sony's pushing for Palworld now. Like, they're backing it. Like, because we saw a Palworld announcement at one of the Sony, directs, whatever the fuck they're called.
State of Plays, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought
Sony
was picking a fight with Nintendo over that shit, but you know what? You might be right,
too.
No,
I saw it, and I meant to go... It's because my phone is terrible. Like, you scroll through my phone and you hit the cracks that are on my phone and it acts as if you've gone a back thing. And I went back looking for it. I was like, I can't find it anywhere. And I keep meaning saying, but yeah, I'd be intrigued because it'd be hilarious. Like, they're calling a lawsuit against them, but they want it on their handheld.
So you want the next Games Corner or Games Club to be Pal World, is it? I wonder.
I wanted it to be Donkey Kong, but nobody else is jumping in.
Myself and Craig will be on the Donkey Kong train for sure.
The train's left, man. Jesus Christ.
It's not left. It'll still be, because it'll still be there until Nintendo comes up with a new IP or a new game to play on the Switch 2, which is not on the horizon. I watched the most recent Indie World Direct and the Nintendo Direct.
The Indie World was a bit rough.
Indie World was a bit rough, but the Nintendo Direct was rough as well. There's nothing. I kind of thought when they announced this one, which was so soon after the previous, I was like, sweet, we could be getting, maybe they're going to announce like the upcoming. Okay, we all know about fucking Metroid, but like that thing doesn't look great. But aside from that, I was like, there's nothing coming to this console. It's quite
and everything
quite
that was on the Indie World that I was excited about, I already knew about.
Yeah,
or already exists.
Everyone was hoping for. Is it Silk Song that everyone's waiting for the?
Hollow Knight one, is that the?
That's the Hollow Knight sequel, but I don't know, man. We've been waiting for that for fucking ever.
But in the Nintendo, was it the Nintendo launch? We got like a 5-second clip of it. But like
I feel like it's just the red herring at this point. Just like they have stock footage and it's just like, we need to sell a console. Let's just throw in some Silk Song, keep that fucking dream alive or something.
I did see one thing. I think I sent it into our old podcast chat as well. I thought it was brilliant. Did you watch the Helldivers, the new trailer?
Yes.
Did you hear the jingle at the very end of it?
Yes, I couldn't recognize it though.
It's Halo ODST. That's
So I was wondering. So like, there's talks of what is it like a Halo weapon will probably be like DLC or something like that.
They're also looking at, because the ODST troopers had very similar armor to the Helldivers. They're probably going to bring out a skin.
Master Chief, yeah.
No, I wouldn't say it'd be Master Chief.
No,
I'd say
ODST.
It'll be actually the ODST troopers skin, because
it does. That's quite similar to.
It looks a lot like the heavy armor for the standard Helldivers. So
that'd be fun.
I hope they introduce. I mean, it's got to be the Needler, right? Like that's.
No, I'd say it's not the auto rifle. That's wrong.
No, that's too vanilla for like if you. Wacky game like Helldivers, you pull it in Halo, you gotta.
I mean, they have a lot of machine guns.
It's going to be the Needler.
I would appreciate the Needler, but I reckon because there are melee weapons. I have a funny feeling.
The gravity hammer.
No, energy sword, because it's the classic. It's the.
Energy sword's a good one because it has to be like
iconic.
Yeah, indistinguishably. Like you see it on the map, and you're like, oh, there's a Halo weapon.
Yeah. But I fully expect if it is the energy sword, because the way Helldivers works, and the way the devs work, you'll be running around with this thing out, and it will just slide through your friends as you accidentally walk through.
Oh yeah,
and it
absolutely should as well. I suppose to kind of like our last little section, and sorry to put you on the spot here, but thinking about PvP versus PvE, and not even a versus. Do you guys have like a favorite all-time PvE, let's say, game that you either look back on fondly that you played when you were younger, or something that you've played more recently?
I mean. Okay, so it does have PvP options, but I mean, I'd have to say like the Soul series.
As in, which Souls had like a proper, because you got ghosts in some of them, right?
But there were other players.
But they were playing. Was that like not their data? As opposed to them actually playing directly with you?
What? No.
No, it was them actually playing with you.
Yeah.
It was
you
their
put your summon sign down, then somebody summons you into their world, and then you help them beat the boss.
Okay,
that's not just like a clone. Like lore-wise, yes, I think that's technically it's supposed to be like a former hero from a different time.
But players. Okay,
but it is an active player.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Would they just be swinging where like the boss could be? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I thought it was because there's certain games that like had. I mean, Death Stranding would be one, for example, where you can say potentially does it have PvE elements because you could get people's. It's like Mario Kart. You could race against people's ghost data, but they're not playing with you directly at that time. It's just the data of that individual.
Yeah, but that makes sense in a racing game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, what are they going to do strat-wise against some of the hardest boss in the ring? Yeah, that's true. What about you, Andrew?
I think my favorite PvP games
PvE now.
Oh, PvE.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Because there's not enough of those, Andrew.
Huh?
There's not enough of those.
There's a lot of both. Actually, I think you'll find, so long as you don't mind them being not Helldivers. Favorite PvE.
I'll let you think a bit more. I'm going to shoehorn another one in that you probably would love if you're talking about like Helldivers and all that shit. Risk Rain 2.
Was that the one?
Absolute fucking banger.
Linked me too.
Yeah. Risk Rain 2 is amazing.
Is that PlayStation as well, or was that just Steam?
I think that's everything. No, yeah, because I looked for. I watched
the PlayStation trailer.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean,
I might give that one a go and see what it's like, Chris.
I want to say my favorite PvE is No Man's Sky.
That's perfectly allowed.
But
you're amongst friends here, Andrew. It's okay to say No Man's Sky.
Do you know what I think of my favorite PvE game? And I think it was probably the first Helldivers. I played that so much, and that was anyway. I mean, it was friendly fire on kind of thing, but that was one of the most, because chatting to people in that game was some of the most enjoyable experiences I had, where it's just like you against the enemy, and it was it was before proper toxic communities kind of came out. It was everyone just having a laugh and role playing the fact that you were basically Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now, like old school Contra. Like, fuck, that was
funny. I love
Battletoads. Actually, Battletoads is probably a bad example because it's PvE, I guess. You're co-op, but playing with two players is a fucking hamstringing yourself.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I think I've got 3 that come to mind, and they're all much older games that I have fond memories of, like you, me, Graham, Andrew playing with like Kieran or something like that back in the day, our mate. 3 of them would be Conflict Desert Storm.
Oh, good choice, yeah.
Which is like PlayStation 1 era, even I think maybe PlayStation 2. Project Eden.
Oh, such a good game.
Yeah, I mean I think I probably could never play it now at how bad it was. And then of course my third one would be.
I'll give you a laugh. I came across that. One of the lads in work had it because he still has his PS2 and PS3s and has all the disc versions. And I was like, "Do you mind just playing it, just like a video and just like this thing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, grand, yeah." And he showed it to me. He's like, "Oh mother of God, it's so janky and it's so dark." It's
a game I'd love a remaster of in terms of like just to smooth it out a little bit because it was
a hasty remaster.
Yeah, a lot of those old games like you need a proper CRT TV or they're always going to be dark.
Oh yeah. And it was a case of you're looking at the screen going.
There was 1 or 2 times we were playing through it and we couldn't figure out where to go next because it was so dark. But it was great.
Men in Black.
Yeah. I think I love the games where you're on a team of people and everyone has a job per se. So when you look at Conflict Desert Storm, you have the sniper, the medic, the standard assault rifle guy, and I think there was like the engineer or the big guy, RPG. With Project Eden, you had like the guy the engineer, the hacker, the robot, and then the guy who could open doors was his big thing. And then Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles was just really just a really enjoyable get together. It was
a garbage game.
No, the first one was brilliant the way it was done. It wasn't the greatest game, but
it's not good on the Switch version is not good, and I bought that and I played.
That's a diabolical.
No, I played it on the GameCube and it was garbage. You had to carry around that fucking crystal. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Did you play it on your own?
What?
Did you play it on your own? Like just by yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's what. There was 4 of us playing it.
4 of us. So we had like one person would carry the crystal, the other 3 people would be fighting things.
So one person gets to carry the crystal while the rest are having fun.
Yeah, but
what we'd always do is we'd swap around. So one person carry it and everyone else is going around. And if that person's particular skill was needed, they drop it, someone else would pick it and keep going until their skill was needed. And just
I was really lucky. I found a master weapon blueprint really early on in the game, and everybody gave me all the shit they had so I could create it because they were like, "Oh, what's this?" So I became way too powerful.
The frontline fighter, and we all just stand back.
So I never had to. My whole the crystal thing wasn't my jam because like me, Darren out in the field. But those kind of games, I miss. I just don't think this Project Edens or Crystal Chronicles or Conflict Desert Storm is made today.
I think what we should do, and think for yourself doing Pal World and stuff like that. If we all just pick a game that we'd like other people to play that is like a 4-player PvE one and give them a shot, because
there's so many out there.
There's so many good ones as well.
Just thinking about
actually, me, Luke, and Niall all just bought a game called Peak, where you just climbing.
Oh, that's the climbing one, isn't it? I heard about that.
Yeah.
That's Steam,
it's only PC though, isn't it? It's not on console, I don't believe.
I don't know.
I started playing.
We bought it on sale for $350.
Because there was a demo of one released on PlayStation. I thought it was really good. It's cell shaded graphics.
Yeah.
Jusant?
No, not Jusant. No, because I have that.
Climb?
Could be Climb. Yeah. Climb. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
The demo came out of that after they announced it on State of Play.
Yes,
I think,
that was it. Yeah. But no, I saw the trailers of Peak. It looks so much fun.
The proximity chat is hilarious when you hear someone fall there.
A great use of proximity chat for sure. I love that idea. I guess that's it, fellas. That's all we got for this episode. Some PvP. If anybody, sorry, Chris, that's what I should end on. I'm looking for, and this is, ignore that I'm enjoying Helldivers at the minute. I need a PvE that's story orientated. But there's a team who have all of their own assigned tasks, and you go out and you go through a narrative game, all doing your job and kicking ass together. That's what I need.
Story behind it too. Oh my god, there's no market for this, man.
Me, Chris, I'm a market. I can be a really important market. Yeah, I guess maybe not. Maybe I'm quite picky about my gameplay.
The only reason a PvE game like Helldivers is so successful is because of the loop. People keep playing it because of the loop. The moment you do it just for the story, they play it once and then you just never play it again.
Yeah.
And that just a lot of people aren't interested.
Yeah, and developers wouldn't be interested. Yeah.
It's having the time to do something story based and having the concentration to follow a story base. Whereas you could just literally shoot the bad monsters till they die from it. Everyone's going to go shoot the bad monsters.
It is a lot of fun, I have to say, Helldivers. Yeah, that's it. If anybody could recommend any more PvEs that I'd enjoy, let me know at thegiftofgamingpodcast@gmail.com. Or if any of you just think I'm stupid for not thinking there's enough, just, also tell me via email.
Can I tell you now? Well, I'll happily tell you now.
Yeah. Or if when this episode gets uploaded onto YouTube, leave a comment and tell me how I'm terrible at recognizing good PvE games.
Dumb guy.
The host is the dumb guy. And listeners, if you want to check out, we're going to continue our discussions, whatever they may be, on the post show over at patreon.com/thegiftofgaming, and you can check out all of the other post shows there. It's for the cost of less than a coffee a month. If you're out there buying mochas by the bucket load, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to forego my mocha this day and spend it on the Gift of Gaming Patreon. And be hours worth of entertainment there. You'll find it. And check out youtube.com/thegiftofgaming. We've got our old episodes up there. And we will at some point, or I will at some point, get everything uploaded on there. And you can, if that's how you choose to consume your podcasts, you maniac, that's what you can do. Chris, thank you so much for hopping on this episode.
No problem.
Andrew, thank you so much for hopping on this episode.
Happy to be here.
And to our listeners, as always and forever, keep enjoying the gift that is gaming. Peace out.